Hey, Riggs, what's up? How are you? What are you doing today?
Spectrum is planning to drop 22 channels, including Corncob TV. They're saying by the end of 2022,
Oh, it's a Netflix clip. They'll fucking ding me for that. Hey, Chrome Bison Melsonon, what's up? Hey, Cat Hermit. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month. Doing fine? You're sick? Oh, it's COVID? Oh, tomorrow you find out if it's COVID or something else. Ooh. Oh, fun. Ain't that just grand? Ain't that just grand? Oh, God. Yeah, I just been spending my day looking for dopamine, to be totally honest. Is anyone else doing that? You just like, yeah, just need a little dopamine just to make you feel like everything's manageable. Not even like okay, just like, all right, well, I can handle this. I did see the trailer for Frankenstein. That looks amazing. Did y'all, did y'all not see it?
I had determined that the memory of my evils should die with me. Some of what I will tell you is fact. Some is not. But it is all true. What manner of creature is that? What manner of devil made him? I did. I had a vision. An idea took shape in my mind. Inevitable. Unavoidable. Until it became truth. In seeking life, I created death.
Yeah, that looks like that's gonna be good. You know, like, although the thing that I find so frustrating, I'm glad Netflix lets Del Toro do what he wants, but I am amazed that the theaters don't want to do Del Toro pictures. You know, oh yeah. Oscar Isaac has been in Frankenstein territory before. I think it's probably, I think so. I think he looks like he's super good. He's gonna be super good in it. You're the monster, Dr. Frankenstein. You're the monster. Hey, it's this is something stupid.
Take me to the hospital, lady. Gotta have another baby. Gotta have a big baby. Take me to the hospital, lady. Gotta poo out a baby. Pow, pow, pow. 20 babies. Pow, 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 pow. 15 babies. Pow, 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 pow. 10 more babies. Pow, 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 pow. Would you like a baby? I can make you one now. Ladies, I know all about making babies. Yo, 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 yo. Ladies, I make babies every day. Yeah. I got my own ward down the hospital, cause I got so many babies. Yeah, I got an ambulance that ferries me back and forth to my crib and the hospital. Ooh, I'm making babies. Yeah, it's so easy. Have a sandwich, make a baby. Have a pizza, make another free. Watch out, I'm eating the bagel. 1,800,000 more babies on the way. Pow, 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 pow.
So Elon Musk has a theme song now. Well, that guy got fired. That guy got fired. He's leaving the government. Good. That's something. That's fucking something. I mean, I just reached. Does anyone else reach that point with the news where you're just like, all right. All right. We're the pronatal unit. We want white babies to fucking fill our workforce, die in our factories. Yuck, 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 yuck. And I did have this one weird thing. Where I was like, I confronted my internal Donald Trump on my latest little psychedelic excursion. And I don't know what I was worried about, because all he does is go. That's it. That's my internal Donald Trump. It's annoying, but You know, it's a little annoying, but like, you know, manageable. I'm Trump, I'm Trump, I'm Trump, I'm Trump. You know, doesn't even look like Donald Trump. It literally just looks like me doing that. You know. The dark side's not always super terrifying, is what I'm telling you. Sometimes it's just stupid. LSD Dream Simulator. All right. All right, let's see. I never have a screaming baby in mine. Then again, I don't have kids, and I'm kind of glad I don't. Now, so far, this is not very acidy. Well, there's your problem. Your baby's made of wood. You got Pinocchio. Try again. Well, that was nothing. That was pretty bad, actually. I don't know why I thought that was going to be any good. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, we got the Stranger Things trailer.
That night, all the time. The night it came for you. The night. All of this started.
Everything changed. We failed. But we need to be ready.
Yeah, oh yeah, I heard about Jonathan Joss. Dude, that's just fucking the worst. The guy who did the voice of John Redcorn from King of the Hill? Yeah, new season's just coming out too, and I was like, oh motherfucker! Like, someone burned his house down, and while he was trying to retrieve the corpse of his dog, someone rode by and shot him. I couldn't believe it. To be honest, like, I really couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I can believe it, but I'm like, this is why I don't live in Texas. You know? You know, like, yeah, let's see.
Upon my death, I would like to pass the land on to you, Dale, for all the help you've given me.
Score!
Actor Jonathan Joss, best known as the voice of John Redcorn on King of the Hill, shot and killed by a neighbor in Texas. He was 59 years old.
Is that all they're going to say? No, there's more.
Reports, Joss was gunned down outside of his home in San Antonio on Sunday, where authorities found him lying near the roadway. First responders attempted life-saving measures, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect fled but was arrested just a block away. The investigation is ongoing, but in a new statement, Joss's husband Tristan, whom he married on Valentine's Day, seems to characterize the shooting as a hate crime. He says they were both threatened by people in the area for years, and the suspect yelled violent, homophobic slurs at them before the murder. Tristan claims Joss
I didn't even know he was
pushing him out of the way, and explains, quote, "My focus now is protecting his legacy and honoring the
I didn't
life
even
we
know
built
he was
together."
gay.
Hank, Nancy has a therapeutic massage today for her migraines.
Joss voiced John Redcorn on King of the Hill for more than 10 seasons, and according to Variety, he already recorded lines for the show's revival, coming to Hulu in August. The star also had a recurring role opposite Amy Poehler on Parks and Recreation.
What about, and I'm just spitballing here, a large neon advertisement for the Wamapo Casino? We have a new slogan that I'm quite proud of. Our slots are downright filthy.
I think it's a slam dunk idea. I think we're done here.
He also made appearances in the Oscar-nominated film True Grit, The Magnificent Seven, and Tulsa King with Sly Stallone.
How you doing? I'm Dwight.
This is Jimmy's cousin, Badface.
This is staring contest? You got a problem?
I got serious problems. You ever been on a horse?
You ever been on life support?
Man. Yeah. Not a great way to start Pride Month, but I tell you, man, like, the hate is real. The hate is real. It's fucking out there. I'll tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what to say. You know, there's this huge part of me that is just like, man, just take care of yourselves out there. You know, yeah, it's not safe to be in Texas. It's not safe at all. Like that, I think. Yeah, haters destroy everything good. Oh. What the fuck is this?
Gonna be a fresh start.
The fuck is this?
house for the perfect family. This is gonna be a fresh start for all of us.
If you start to get upset, just take a deep breath and say to yourself,
The fuck is going on?
Henry Creel. I'm normal. It's not real.
Oh, it's some sort of theater thing.
It's not real. I'm normal.
I know you think you're bad. You can fight it.
It's not real. I'm normal.
You can't outrun the shadow, Henry.
What's up? Yeah, sure. What's going on? It's in the door. In the fridge door. Sorry, household thing.
It's not real.
You are the shadow.
I'm Henry Creel.
Tonight is our night.
Huh. Fair. Yeah, it's about it's about number 1. It's about Vecna. Yeah, I might have to bust out the tequila. Oh man. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I kind of get you. I get it. All right, let's look at another trailer here.
Amber, you're incredibly creative. Here's the thing. Life is all about balancing the good and the bad. If you don't carry the good with you too, then it's just gonna make the bad stronger.
That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
All kids like to draw.
But has she always been so...
Iders.
Iders. I love
She's
it.
working through some stuff.
Are we orphans?
No, you have a dad. I'm alive.
Then what are we? What do you call an orphan that still has a dad?
Come on.
You know, feelings aren't bad.
When you get angry, sad, or scared, put it in here, where it can't hurt anyone.
Is everything okay?
I found this place in the woods. We dropped Amber's notebook in it. And now I'm worried that Amber's drawings might be...
What are you talking about? What in the...
Yeah.
I promise I didn't want this. You're not an evil person just because you drew pictures.
I saw an eyeball with legs. When do you see that?
I know we're supposed to be scared of it, but it's kind of beautiful.
Amber was the only one doing what we're supposed to be doing, not running from the pain, but feeling it.
Watch this. You guys ready? No, I don't want to do this. I have to go to the bathroom. You couldn't have gone before we put all this stuff on? I didn't have to go then. Now I have to go too. Oh my.
Oh, this looks cute. Whoops. Oh, that's some concept trailer. I need to see some concept trailer for fucking anything. 'Cause that's bullshit. I fucking hate, like, these AI concept trailer things. Like, I fucking hate them. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking, like, we're not gonna see this shit. Like, I just fucking, oh. Well, I got nothing. I just got nothing.
Well, sir, I feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks. Yeah.
Okay, Private Miller. When you think of your superiors, what emotions do you feel? Okay, Private Miller.
You got it, Joseph.
Okay, Private. Okay, Private Miller. Private Miller. Answer the question.
This one out, sir. Can you torch me?
We'll send someone in.
Holy bejesus.
Private Miller, answer the question.
What was the question again, sir?
When you think of your superiors, what emotions do you feel?
You know what problem I have with your fucking little dog and pony act you call the military? Here it is. 1, lots of dudes. Where are the boobies? 2, why are we underground right now, sir? Why can't we be out in the open? Why aren't we in a square right now? Why aren't we talking to people, letting them know Item 9 exists? Get it out, shout at the rooftops. This is great. This is the bee's knees, Item 9.
Private, we need you to be serious.
I'm serious. Your dick, my mouth.
That's inappropriate.
Fuck you.
I've seen enough. Shut it down. Bury the hatch, sell the land, and dispose of him. This never happened.
Dude, what happened to your eye? Hey, hello. Bleep, blorp, bleep, bleep, blurp, blurp. Can you guys understand me? Hey, where we going?
This is General Bratt. We've reached a final conclusion on Item 9. Illegal!
Oh, they cut it off. Illegal! I know, next thing he'll date outside his race. Where will it end? And I've actually kind of come to the conclusion that I don't give a shit about what happens to society. Will I be affected? Of course. Will it be bad? Sure. But I think I'm about done with this little experiment called Western civilization. You know, I used to think it was pretty all right. I've been wrong before, yeah. You know. Yeah, I do want to say something, you know. You know, I'm going to say something. Oh, your deep depression is back? Well, this ain't going to help. This ain't going to help. I'm like, look, generations that are really into Trump, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. And you asked for the fucking. That's why you're double fucked. You know? Oh, God. Yeah. Hopefully things will get better. Hopefully things will get better. I don't know if they will or how, but, you know, it's possible. It could happen. Hi, cat. Hello, kitty. My kitty. Did you want to go out, kitty? Kitty want out? Kitty wants out. Kitty wants out. Fuck it.
I will travel where no man has dared to go. Into the black hole. Why, that's crazy.
If you fall in, you never come out, stretching you from head to toe. Death by black hole.
There are monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars. Inside these equations, there's a monster. Anything that strays too close will be pulled in. Gravity is infinite at the center of a black hole. Time stops. Space makes no sense.
Every galaxy has got one big black hole in the middle and millions of smaller black holes.
An anomaly of gravity so strange. Nothing is more seductive.
The black hole.
Monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars. That can destroy space itself. Completely invisible. Anything that strays too close will be pulled in.
In the last century, black holes have gone from being mathematical curiosities to real objects in the cosmos, seemingly crucial to the formation of galaxies. Nothing can escape it, even light.
There must be millions and millions of black holes. Millions and millions and millions zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up. Millions and millions of black holes. Millions and millions and millions zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up.
Well, I hope you're right, Sun Wizard.
It's a point of infinite density. The accepted laws of physics break down. Black holes form when giant stars run out of fuel and collapse under their own weight. Under their own weight. Gun remnants of burned out stars. Burned out stars. Truth is stranger than sci-fi.
An anomaly of gravity so strange. Nothing is more seductive.
There are monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars, that can destroy space itself, completely invisible. Anything that strays too close will be pulled in.
Millions and millions of black holes. Zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up. Millions and millions of black holes. Zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up.
Nothing that's bigger and scarier than a black hole.
A boundary between the known universe and a place beyond the reach of science.
I'm not a fighter, but I'm a lover. This kid named Money, he was always broke. He stepped down with my woman, and that ain't no joke. She meant the world to me, and that was no mystery. But when it got down to it, I had to funk him to his knees.
Okay, let's see what else we can find. Oh, hey, how about you? Hey, you want to see the really, like... The hell? Oh, no, this is like the good one. Never mind. I thought this was the bad one. Let's see. Huh. Ah, that's right. Like I was telling you, the other day that like I was kind of like I had like this weird like obsession with the movie Under the Silver Lake, even though I'm not sure I like the movie. I don't think the movie is that good. So I've been watching some of these like analysis films on it, which is not something I usually do because usually I'm like, well, I got my own analysis, so I don't need yours. What would I consider to be a good steampunk anime movie or TV show? I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. So I figure we go through like maybe some of these videos, or probably just part one, and I'll give you my thoughts. You know, just ramble out my thoughts as we go.
I just saw a film a few days ago that was recommended to me by my friend Philip. I'm glad that he did. The film is Under the Silver Lake. Now, I've seen a few videos on YouTube about this movie, and this video that I'm about to do is going to be a little different. There may be some similarities, but believe me, there will be some things I touch on here that have not been discussed before. So if you're watching this and you come to some parts that you've seen before, stick around because there will be some items that have not been addressed before. Let me start off by saying that I don't really care for new movies. When my friend was telling me about...
I don't care for new movies. Like, okay, so he's an idiot.
About this film, I wasn't too enthusiastic. He told me Andrew Garfield was in it, and that it had something of a hidden message within, and that intrigued me. Andrew Garfield is enough to make me want to watch this film, because I think he's a good actor. The film was an unexpected surprise. What struck me immediately is how it felt like I was watching a blend of David Lynch and Alfred Hitchcock. Vertigo is one of my favorite films, and this film has Vertigo's DNA all over it. I'm going to go through this film from start to finish and go over each part and give my analysis as well as provide answers to the codes within. If you haven't seen this film, spoilers ahead. Stop this video, watch Under the Silver Lake, then come back. But If you're not too concerned about it, then just go ahead and watch. Briefly, let me go over the film poster. These things are hidden in the bubbles. Now, I probably should have put this at the end, on the tail end of the review, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it at the front because, you know, if you're going to go see a movie and you look at the movie poster, you look at these things, you don't know what they are anyways. So what's hidden in the bubbles are the balloon girl, Kurt Cobain's guitar, this says Jesus Saves, a Barbie doll, a pirate. You see a part of the hobo code, binoculars, James Dean's head. This could either be a dildo or the map. And in the blonde woman's hair are the letters SEX. Now this reminds me of the infamous letters in the clouds of The Lion King.
Yeah, which I'm like in the poster of Under a Silver Lake, I'm sure they did it on purpose. The Lion King, I'm pretty sure that just happened. Because, like, here's the thing about subliminal messaging. It doesn't work.
First, the film begins with a code. You see 4 animals. If you take the first letter...
Yeah, but bear in mind, like, I'll be pointing out things in this video that I think are just complete bullshit. However, a lot of the things he actually gets, like, spot on.
Letter of each animal, and take those initials, you can see that they are the same as the film. Unicorn, tiger, snake, lion. UTSL, or Under the Silver Lake. Then the actual movie begins with an old band from the 60s, a song from the 60s, The Association's Never My Love Plays. This is appropriate because the title character Sam, who is played by Andrew Garfield, although we don't know it at this time, he's despondent over a breakup with his girlfriend. We see that someone has written "Beware the Dog Killer" on the window of a coffee shop, but it's in reverse. Sam is looking at this, and he looks somewhat upset. I believe that Sam is the dog killer, but to be honest, it is completely irrelevant to the plot of the story. Whether or not he is a dog killer doesn't matter at all, but I just happen to think that he is, and I will explain more later. Also, a t-shirt is seen, which also has a code. It spells out, "Beware the Dog Killer." An important takeaway from this scene is the
that I
commentary.
think
At
is
the bottom
real.
Is Morse code. Now Sam goes to his apartment and he sees an eviction notice. We see that his apartment number is 23. One is reminded of the number 23 film with Jim Carrey, where he obsesses over the number 23. Sam then looks at his neighbors with binoculars. Now right away, this is straight out of Rear Window.
Yeah. I think the old man is definitely like a combination of like Desmond Child and Jim Steinman. You know, like I've said that before. I'm like, no, clearly. Like, clearly.
This was also copied into Palma's Body Double, both excellent films. In fact, I would go so far as to say that Body Double and Under the Silver Lake are cousins. There is even a poster of Rear Window in Sam's apartment. Sam's shirt is from the video game Jungle Hunt, and he will do some hunting, or this could be another reference to the idea that he is a hunter and kills animals, specifically dogs. The image on the shirt is getting 100 points for killing the crocodile. An actress friend stops by. They have sex in front of a Kurt Cobain poster. By the way, they have sex doggy style. While they are watching TV during that act of coitus, There's an interruption of a tennis match that they're watching to issue an alert about a missing billionaire, Jefferson Sevens. After this, they talk about the Playboy magazine on his desk. Now, real quick about this particular issue. It's a real issue from July 1970. I obtained a copy of this magazine and looked through every page to see if there was any significance to this particular magazine in the film. And I can't find any relevance.
I'm so annoyed at this bit because it's real obvious.
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
No, it's not.
Which
No.
is about three ladies, which is a recurring theme in the film Under the Silver Lake. Sam then goes to a bookstore, sees a comic called... Now, real quick about this particular issue. It's a real issue from July 1970. I obtained
it's annoying because the thing that he's like hunting for is right on the cover.
And magazine, missing billionaire July 1970.
You know, so this kind of told me that right off this guy was going to miss the obvious.
I obtained after this they talk about the Playboy magazine.
And sometimes the obvious is what you're looking for.
Now, real quick,
particularly in storytelling. Like it's not supposed to be
from July 1970. I obtained a copy of this magazine and looked through every page to see if there was any significance to this particular magazine in the film. And I can't find any relevance other than that there is an article about the film Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, which is about three ladies, which is a recurring theme in the film Under the Silver Lake. Sam then goes to a bookstore, sees a comic called Under the Silver Lake. He inquires about the author of the comic and asks the store clerk to give the author his number. He also gets a Spider-Man comic, which is interesting because he played Spider-Man. On his way back to his apartment, he sees the girl's dog from earlier in the day, a girl he had been watching with binoculars. He gives the dog a treat from his pocket, another clue to why Sam is a dog killer. The owner of the dog shows up, and she invites him inside. Then they watch How to Marry a Millionaire with Betty Grable, Marilyn Monroe, and Lauren Bacall. Three ladies. We see three dolls with the names of the actresses. There's a strange code underneath the names. It's the code from the Zodiac Killer. These translate to Tombstone, Sheriff, and Entries. Two female roommates show up with a pirate. This is straight out of David Lynch, with hints of Blue Velvet, a new set of three ladies. What is interesting about this is that on the wall of this apartment is a butterfly. There is rumored to be a Project Monarch which makes women into sex slaves for the elite. Kubrick even has the name Monarch in the wall on The Shining.
All right, this is where I'm like, dude, you're gonna need, if you, first of all, don't bring up The Shining. The Shining has nothing to do with Under the Silver Lake. You know, second of all, just sometimes a butterfly is just a butterfly, man.
Sam and Sarah go outside. There are fireworks. They boom a message in Morse code. It says, "Ascend now," although some say it says, "I ascend now."
Oh. Whoa.
She appears a little freaked. Sam goes to his car and sees that it is vandalized, but up ahead he sees the perpetrators. They're just little kids, but that doesn't stop him from getting extremely violent. This is a new side to the character we had not seen before.
Bam!
There's a poster of Dr. Jackula and Mr. Hyde in his room. It is as if there are two sides to Sam, the normal wanderer and the maniac. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of the most famous pieces of English literature. The phrase Jekyll and Hyde being used as a term to refer to people with an outwardly good but sometimes shockingly evil nature. Another news report about the billionaire. On the news report it says Copial graffiti. This is important to solving the code written under the dolls' names. He reads the Under the Silver Lake comic, then has a dream about a dead dog. There are dog biscuits on the ground. He goes to Sarah's apartment, but it's empty.
Oh, that Shining documentary is so bad. Room
He goes to a bar and meets a friend
236,
played by
whatever.
Topher Grace.
Ugh.
Topher asks if Sam has heard of the dog killers, plural. This surprises Sam. You mean there's more than one? Then the door opens in the back and light comes in right when he's asked that question. I think this surprises Sam because he is the dog killer, and the idea of there being more than just him is interesting.
Have you heard about these dog killers? There's more than one.
Again, I want to say that speculation on whether Sam is the dog killer isn't really important, but I do think that the idea of Sam as a killer is important. But I'm going to get to that later. Sam sneaks back into Sarah's apartment and gets a picture of Sarah. A mystery girl shows up. He sees a symbol on the apartment wall, and there are 2 diamonds. He follows this girl. While he's walking, there is graffiti on the side of the wall. This is important. She gets into a car with 2 other girls. Again, here are 3 ladies. He pursues these girls in a black Mustang. This part reminds me of Vertigo.
Mustang with the dick on it.
They stop at a stadium. They get 3 numbers from a scoreboard. 7, 5, and 1. He follows them to 751 Echo Park. The 3 girls get into a paddle boat and hand off a bag to the pirate man. He then follows the girls to a party where a band in this movie called Jesus and the Brides of Dracula are performing. Again, we see a man with 3 ladies. What is interesting about the name of this band, Jesus and the Brides of Dracula, is that Jesus is a type of vampire. He died but was resurrected. The Brides of Dracula are like the disciples of the vampire. They too have been resurrected. I think the idea of God and Jesus are important for later in the film. There's a balloon girl whom he will meet up with later, but important here is that he gets an invite to a show at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. While talking to Jimmy Simpson and some other woman about the billionaire's daughter, Sam says,
It's hard to know what a person might do when they're in pain.
Could killing dogs be a way for Sam to handle pain? On the way home, Sam sees a shadowy figure. Could it be his own shadow self that he sees? He runs from the shadow but gets sprayed by a skunk. He sees news about Sevens. Sam makes a connection between the billionaire Jefferson Sevens and Sarah. His actress friend comes over and she reads a story about the owl's kiss. She says this, which is interesting.
This author believes she may be a member of a long-standing American cult with origins in trade and finance.
What long-standing American cult has origins in trade and finance? The Bohemian Club, of course, and their mascot happens to be an owl. I think the director-writer of this film is talking about the Bohemian Grove. Do I think he's a member? No. But I do think he knows what he's talking about.
Wrong
I think he
Jesus
did
is
some
a
research
lich.
and incorporated a well-known aspect of modern conspiracy theory and put that into the script. But I don't think it goes much beyond that. To be honest with you, I think the writers of South Park intentionally do what they can in their writing to expose the elites, but they do it cleverly.
Ah. Nice doing business with you, you little child-murdering pedophiles.
A final note about this scene. Sam talks about...
Yeah, one of the problems with this guy in particular is he obviously believes in certain conspiracy theories.
Messages in popular entertainment intended only for the elite. It's an interesting speculation. Maybe there is a hidden message in some media. I've always wondered if there are hidden things in everyday household items, things you can find in a Walmart. So if you're part of the elite but were disengaged from the world but needed to get the message, you could get it somehow if you knew how and where to look.
Oh, you think that's weird?
Yeah, I do think that's weird.
Sam has another dream sequence In this one, he sees Sarah in the swimming pool. The imagery is based on an uncompleted film by Marilyn Monroe called Something's Gotta Give. Here's a clip.
Get back in.
Sarah barks, and I feel I should comment on this. There was a previous scene where there were 5 girls in the bathroom barking at him, although 3 were predominant in the shot. From the looks of it, they are quite upset. He must have said he liked Harry Potter. Sam is a killer. Whether or not he kills dog is beside the point. He is a killer. Does he subconsciously think women are female dogs? Does he need to make that leap from dogs to women like Jeffrey Dahmer did from roadkill to gay men? He goes for a walk and sees a girl and admires her booty, then sees many women. They're auditioning for a movie. There is graffiti on the ground that says, "Beware the dog killer," and he is right on top of it. His car gets repoed. Then he sees his ex-girlfriend on a billboard. Notice here where it says E equals EE. This is important for later. He goes to the comic man's house. There are owls on the mantelpiece. The owl man explains that 2 diamonds are hobo code for keep quiet. He says the owl's kiss has something to do with everything. He shows Sam the owl on the dollar bill. Comic Man shows him his secret room and a cereal box with a treasure hunt. The Comic Man says the map is the key to solving the mystery. In the Comic Man's house is an alphabet. At this point we can begin deciphering part of the code. When Sam was walking, there was graffiti on the side of the wall. We also saw in a news program a scroll about copial graffiti. When we use the key to decipher the graffiti, it says coffee menu. When we go back to the coffee menu from the beginning of the film and take the letters formed from the Morse code, we get XJVOOJRYXERSW, which, when decoded with this alphabet in the Comic Man's room, it spells what? THRE words. When we take the billboard that says E equals EE,
Now this I think he's actually
E
spot on
to
about.
the THRE, making it 3. What 3 words is a geocode system designed to identify any location with a resolution of about 3 meters or 10 feet using just 3 ordinary words. We will get to just what 3 words we need to put in later.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Where are the men?
There we go.
Okay.
Now, this thing about the code is absolutely spot on.
Even without all this cloak and dagger, this movie is pretty righteous. Sam meets up with Topher Grace, who has a drone. Sam says he feels like he is being followed. As soon as he says this, we hear the hoot of an owl.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, who's not being followed these days?
But I mean, I'm feeling that a lot lately, like even before all this craziness.
The drone is situated to watch a woman undress, but she starts crying. It soon becomes uncomfortable. This reminds me of the scene in Fame where Irene Cara, rest in peace, reluctantly took off her top in a photo shoot.
Could you take your top off, please?
Carb's the silent killer.
Yup.
What? Could you take your blouse off?
I can't.
Perhaps this woman did something she wasn't proud of in the pursuit of entertainment. Perhaps she had to sleep with someone like Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein, or was manipulated by a Ghislaine Maxwell-type person. Sam then goes to the Hollywood Forever cemetery. He sees a film playing. He sees two girls and talks to them. They are in the film that is playing. They leave and get into a limo, and the pirate is there. From here, Sam goes to the Summertime Secret Show, which sounds a lot like the cremation of care for the Bohemian Grove. A Summertime Secret Show. Sam gets entry with his cookie. Now, just a quick note on the 76 on this cookie. First, it is important for the clues given on the doll, specifically the word entries. This code will be important for solving the words needed for the What 3 Words website. Secondly, 1776 is the year of the founding of the Illuminati, which was founded by Adam Weishaupt on May 1st, 1776. He gets into the club, and right away there are hints of Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. Also, just FYI, the mansion in Eyes Wide Shut is called Somerton, and this says summertime. Just a coincidence? The singer sings To Sir with Love. Could this be important? Consider these lyrics. But how do you thank someone who has taken you from crayons to perfume? Sam sees his friend Jimmy Simpson and asks him if he has seen anything strange. Jimmy Simpson says that he was with a girl who said that there was a message in the music of Jesus and the Brides of Dracula. Sam sees a balloon girl and she takes him to the basement. There are tombstones for tables. What is important about the tombstones that we see in this particular segment is that it's part of the code to decipher. One thing the tombstones have in common is films. Unaware that the cookie he ate was drugged, he starts to feel the effects. He goes to the bathroom and hurls. In the toilet is the same copial code from before, but it says coffee menu. It's the same thing. He recognizes the girl from Sarah's apartment and begins chase, but passes out and wakes up the next morning in the graveyard. He gets a call from his mother. He plays the song Turning Teeth, trying to figure out the message. This is the song by the band Jesus and the Brides of Dracula. Frustrated, he begins to choke the chicken. He has a Playboy magazine July 1970 issue, but also I noticed here is a Playboy issue from January 1984 with Penny Baker as a centerfold. He then sees an ad for an escort company called Shooting Stars. The redhead from the film he saw at Hollywood Forever is in the ad. She shows up and she says,
"Do you want a blowjob from the Supporting Actress Academy Award nominee from last year?" Call Shooting Star.
She sees a picture of Sarah and tells Sam she knows her. Sam asks her questions. She said Sarah was in a Dalmatian bathing suit, another dog reference. She said an old man was tapping the glass. Clearly, Sarah was a sex object for rich old men. She tells Sam there was one house they weren't allowed to go to that belonged to some songwriter. The next day, Sam figures out the code. This is important for one of the words needed for the What 3 Words website. 76 was a number for the entries. So, if we look at the 76, we get Forever Linked. We will only use the word linked. The message for the code Sam gets from the song is, rub Dean's head and wait under Newton. Sam realizes he must go to the Griffith Observatory and rub the bust of James Dean. For those that don't know, in Rebel Without a Cause, James Dean is here at the Griffith Observatory. This film seems like a good double feature with La La Land, which also has a scene at the Griffith Observatory and references James Dean. Incidentally, there is this place called the Lighthouse in La La Land that, if you'll notice, the word "the" is illuminating at the light of the lighthouse. But if you add all the numbers of THE, you get 20 for T, 8 for H, and 5 for E. That is, T is the 20th letter in the alphabet, H is the 8th, and E is the 5th. If you add all those numbers together, you get 33, which is the highest degree in masonry you can achieve in the Scottish.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, dude, no. No, you're losing the plot.
Right. That being said, I think sometimes a work of art can manifest its own message independent of its creator, like some hidden hand or unseen force which is at work through the medium of a human agent. If you notice, this lighthouse looks like the all-seeing eye seen on the back of the dollar
Yeah,
bill.
but is it in the movie? If it's not in the movie, it doesn't
Sam was
exist.
under the statue of Isaac Newton. By the way, Isaac Newton was into the occult. The filmmakers seemed to wait to get this shot when the sun would appear right at the top of the monument, as if they were trying to achieve a recreation of the all-seeing eye, or it could have been edited that way. What is important about the concept of the light from the all-seeing eye? Well, the light is said to come from the dog star Sirius, another dog reference.
According to occult philosophers, the light which illuminates the eye comes not from the sun, but from the dog star Sirius, as is demonstrated by this illustration of the blazing star of masonry, centered by an all-seeing eye. Notice this image with the sun on one side and the moon on the other, while the all-seeing eye sits in between with light blazing behind it.
The homeless king arrives, ascends up the mountain. I'm immediately reminded of the Hermit tarot card. This card was depicted in the film The Song Remains the Same by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, which I mean, sure, but that has nothing to do with Under the Silver Lake, unless they were playing Led Zeppelin while that scene played, which I don't believe they did.
Speaking of tarot cards, the moon is relevant to Sam. In the card, there are two dogs. One is wilder than the other. The homeless king blindfolds Sam and takes him to the underground bunker. There's a quasi-Egyptian entrance with the Eye of Horus at the top and two representations of Anubis. I'm going to be nitpicky here because these are not accurate to Egyptian standards. I could be wrong, but the circular enclosure for the god Anubis is not typical because a cartouche, which I'm assuming they're trying to aim for here, usually typically has hieroglyphic characters, not the gods themselves. Also, it's incomplete as a cartouche. Also, the was scepter being held by Anubis is not the design common in ancient Egyptian depictions. That being said, I think Anubis here is important because in the beginning of the film we saw the words "Beware the dog killer," but we saw the word dog in reverse as if it were talking about God. When is a dog a god? When is a god a dog? Well, in ancient Egypt, Anubis is the jackal-headed dog and is the god of death.
Anubis is a very prominent god in the netherworld and also in connection with the actual mummification and ritual burial of the dead. He always appears with the head of a canine, and he's identified with the jackals and the other kind of wild canines that existed in Egypt and tend to live on the fringes of the valley where the cemeteries are, so there was always a kind of close association between these wild dogs and the world of the dead.
Sam thinks this is a bunker. There is a bed here in a scene that looks a lot like the one in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Sam ascends upward and is in a grocery store. He drinks milk. This is like being born. He emerges from the womb to drink milk. From here he goes to the comic man's house, but is informed by the police that he has committed suicide. Sam sneaks in and reviews the video surveillance and is shocked to see the owl woman. He calls his friend to see about talking to Jesus of the rock band. Dogs bark at Sam. Now let's pause here for a bit. The name Sam. I think that this is a reference to the Son of Sam, David Berkowitz. During questioning, Berkowitz claimed that his
Obliquely.
neighbor, whose name was Sam, had a dog, and the dog was one of the reasons that he killed because the dog demanded the blood of pretty young girls. This is another dog reference. Sam meets Jimmy Simpson at a chess party where Jesus and the brides of Dracula will be. He follows Jesus to the bathroom and gets extremely violent with Jesus. I think one aspect of this encounter is that, from a symbolic perspective, Sam is beating up God when he beats up Jesus. But not only that, the violent rage of Sam is on full display. He hurts Jesus by twisting his hand. Jesus tells Sam that the song Turning Teeth was written by someone known as the songwriter. One of the girls from Shooting Stars was there at the party, and Sam finds her and asks her to take him to the songwriter's house. Again, we have three ladies, and they are escorting Sam to the songwriter's house. Apparently, they are all shooting star escorts. Sam is surprised that the balloon girl is a shooting star. She says she was an actress when she was a few months old. This information seems to disturb Sam.
I was on a soap opera between the ages of 5 to 6 months.
And it is disturbing. It could be a commentary on pedophilia, not just in Hollywood, but in high places. I just saw the Netflix documentary on Ghislaine Maxwell, and she provided minors for Jeffrey Epstein. One is also reminded of the recent scandal involving Balenciaga in an ad that had two toddlers with bondage imagery. The motif of three ladies also reminds me of Mozart's A Magic Flute, where you have three ladies. I can do another show just on Mozart and secret societies, but let me just say that The Magic Flute is a Masonic opera, and he may have been killed for revealing secrets he wasn't supposed to. This
come
painting,
on.
which was only discovered in 1980, but was painted in the 1790s, seems to indicate that Mozart was killed. Notice the sword pointing right at Mozart's back.
Oh, come on.
Sam goes to the songwriter's house. He pauses at Kurt Cobain's guitar. Who is a songwriter? I think the songwriter represents two things, the devil and corporate control. Let's look at why the old man could be the devil. Sam asks the man if he killed Sevens, to which the old man says he doesn't care about what is fashionable or cool. As a devil, the old man would not care about what happened to Sevens and the plans of the elite. I think in the big picture, people who practice a left-hand path and seek to satisfy their own desires.
Well, I mean, like, he's the metaphorical devil, but I don't think he's supposed to be a literal one.
Adversarial presence are simply pawns in the grand scheme of things. From a certain perspective, the world is created by God. But then there is the devil too. It's as if humans are caught in the middle of this power.
Blah, blah, blah. Come on.
One side wants humans to choose their side and vice versa. So the devil doesn't care what little plans are created by big people. Sam even tells him that he has everything. He pauses. He doesn't have everything.
But you have everything.
No.
This would make sense if the old man is the devil, because the devil would want to control the world or return to heaven. Another is the ease by which the old man says he writes his songs. When he said he wrote Beethoven's Ode to Joy, one realizes that the work was written in the early 1800s, which would make the old man 200 years old. I'm reminded of the scene in Oh God, You Devil, where the devil said he represented Beethoven.
Didn't you used to handle Al Jolson?
Beethoven.
Beethoven. I love it!
The songwriter goes over a list of songs he created. We recognize these songs, but not from an old man, but written by musicians. If the old man is a devil, these songs were part of a bargain which was beneficial to the careers of those who received them. It's like the whole sold my soul for rock and roll story. I've always been fascinated by this, and it goes back to messages in entertainment. Is there some higher force at work that expresses itself that we don't see? And if there is, what are we to make of it? And who the devil wrote it? Now let's look at how the old man represents elitist corporate control over the entertainment industry. The old man says that rock and roll is not about rebellion, it's about him getting paid. Here Sam represents the everyman. When the songwriter is speaking to Sam, he is also speaking to us. The songwriter continues and says that the music which Sam thought was of a personal, uplifting nature was really the machinations of men who are ambitious for power. This expresses corporate control over the entertainment industry. Ultimately, Sam gets angered and decides to hurt the old man, but the old man starts shooting at Sam. But Sam kills the old man. Sam is a killer. He doesn't have any qualms about killing. But what is interesting about this scene is that One could see it as another encounter with the divine. In a previous scene,
Okay, something I just want to point out because it was real obvious. All right, so he hits this guy, he kills this guy with Kurt Cobain's guitar. What is Kurt Cobain most famous for besides killing himself? Nirvana. His band is named Nirvana.
Sam battles Jesus. I'm reminded of a comic by Garth Ennis called Preacher. In the last issue, Jesse Custer has been looking for God to make him answer for what he has done to humanity. In Jesse's final plan, he gets the Saint of Killers to wait for God to return to his throne and kill him. It's a brilliant piece of writing. Well, I kind of see the same thing going on here, but with the tables turned, if you catch my drift. Another way to look at this, you can pitch this movie, what happens when you get a killer to meet up with the Illuminati. Just on a side note, Sam is wearing a shirt by the Italian illustrator Emanuele Taglietti. The title of the piece is Il Monstro, and it depicts a character named Wallenstein, which is an interesting choice which continues the dual personalities motif. Sam gets home and Invasion of the Body Snatchers is on the TV. Someone breaks in, and it's the Owl Lady. She is quickly scared away, though. Sam looks for her, but can't find her. She's disappeared. It's not really explained. What is important about this scene is that it shows that Sam is a killer. His killer instinct kicks in, and the hunter becomes the hunted. But why didn't he shoot the Owl Lady when he had the chance? I think the answer should be quite obvious. He had a naked chick in his apartment. He wanted to get laid. I think explaining what happened to her, this Owl Lady, would demystify her presence in the whole context of the film. By skipping over this, we maintain the mystery of the Owl Lady. The landlord shows up with the sheriff. At this point, Sam thinks he's getting arrested for killing the songwriter, but he then realizes this is about the rent. Now this is important because one of the decoded words on the doll is sheriff. Sam thinks he is getting blamed for the killing of the songwriter. The word for sheriff we need is blame. Sam sees a coyote and, heeding the advice of the homeless king, follows it. The coyote leads Sam to a party. Overheard is a conversation about a 12-year-old girl causing a sensation in the entertainment industry. This reminds me of GTA 5. It's hard not to see GTA 5 in this film, but specifically
What?
this scene and the other party where a girl is talking about vampires are very GTA-esque. Sam talks to a woman. She is looking at a painting by Jenna Gaynor, the actress.
Maybe,
she is the daughter
but
of the billionaire Jefferson Sevens. He tells her that he's been looking for Sarah, who was found with her father, her dead father. This interests her, and she asks him to tell her more. They walk by the reservoir, and he tells her what he knows. They pass by a dog statue. She says anyone who would kill a dog wouldn't think twice about killing a person. Sam replies, I'm not too sure about that. This is another clue that Sam is the dog killer. He knows that he wouldn't kill a person, but at this point he already has. Sam explains that he was bit by a dog and now is afraid of dogs. So in a way, this right here, because he was bit by a dog, well, what happens when you get bit by a werewolf? You become a werewolf. Sam has a poster of the Wolfman in his home, and in just a few moments, he's going to be running home naked. That's typically what you'll see in a werewolf movie, is that when the werewolf in human form sees the full moon and wolfs out, basically all his clothes are gone, they're shed. And so when they wake up the next day in the human body, they're naked, and so they basically run home. Now, they swim in the reservoir. She tells him she is being followed, and she gives him a silver bracelet that belonged to her dad. Bullets start whizzing by. The woman is shot. She is positioned just like that issue of Playboy. Sam runs home naked. Again, this is what I was talking about as far as the Wolfman. What is interesting about the Wolfman is that the Wolfman has two sides to his personality. Just like Dr. Jackula and Mr. Hyde, and definitely Sam has two two sides here. Now, Sam wakes up the next morning attempting to solve the mystery of the dead woman's bracelet. Sam solves the mystery and proceeds to the location on the map. We see that it's marked as not a safe place when we use the hobo code. Also, this is the same symbol for What Three Words, the website that is important for solving the mystery of the words under the dolls. Let's go ahead and solve that mystery. We know that Tombstone equals films, entries, which is 76, which is, we're going to use the word linked because 7 was forever, 6 was linked, but we're just going to use linked. And then sheriff, we're basically going to use the word blame because when the sheriff shows up, he thinks he's getting blamed for the murder of the songwriter. Now, when we type these three words into What Three Words, we get the location of the Silver Lake Reservoir. Sam sees a little hut and proceeds to go inside. There are 3 ladies and a man with a beard and long hair. This is yet another version of Jesus and the Brides of Dracula. The man tells Sam that Sarah is alive and shows him a picture. The man explains that what Sam thinks is a bunker is in fact a tomb for kings like him. That it's not about burial but ascension, not dying, but transporting to another world, somewhere better than this. Sam asks, heaven? And the man replies, no, this is exclusive and real. Beyond this universe, kings without limitation. Obviously, this man is wealthy. He thinks because he can afford it, he has some special type of resurrection ceremony that is only available for him. He plans to take the 3 women with him. There is something very Egyptian about this. The first, that when he dies, there will be a special afterlife for him, as if he were the pharaoh.
The Book of the Dead would have been quite expensive for any ordinary person to afford. And in fact, we can see this play out archaeologically. We find that the Book of the Dead is only possessed by members of the elite.
Second, he will take the women with him into the afterlife like they were his helpers in eternity.
But the next world was going to be better. How? Servant statues. You could have statues made and placed in your tomb. And these statues are called Ushabti.
But Sam is angry, at which point the cultist calls Sarah. Sam talks to her. There is a pyramid in the background, which supports a theory that these folks have an Egyptian resurrection in mind. As a side note, the episode Jefferson Seventh and the women are watching is Leave It to Beaver, Season 3, Episode 16, which is about a dog. There was also a previous scene where the Andy Griffith Show was on the TV, which had a dog as well. That episode was about a dog. But when Sam and Sarah are having this discussion, there is a cut to the Hollywood sign, which indicates that there is a parallel of the subjugation of women in this particular cultist context, and in Hollywood. Sarah says there is no getting out of it now, so I may as well make the best of it. I am reminded of the line from Hotel California, you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Sam drinks the tea offered and passes out along with the cultists. It is drugged. The homeless king shows up. Sam wakes up tied in front of the homeless king. The homeless king asks Sam, "Why do you have dog biscuits in your pocket?" He lets Sam go, but with a warning. This one is right out of Eyes Wide Shut.
You are free, but I warn you. If you make any further inquiries, or if you say a single word to anyone about what you have seen, there will be the most dire consequences for you and your family. Do you understand?
An observation here is that the homeless king is enlightened. Sam is also homeless at this point. He has made the transition to enlightenment too. Sam once again ascends the shaft. He goes to his apartment. Then to the apartment of his neighbor, the older topless lady. Sam makes love to her. By sleeping with the older woman, he has completed the Oedipal journey. He killed the father and had sex with the mother. He looks at his old apartment and sees the sheriff return with the landlord. Sam has the famous Kubrick stare. The film ends with a sign that says, "Under the Silver Lake since 1928, which is the year Stanley Kubrick was born." Now I'm going to speculate on what happens to Sam. I think he will eventually become recruited by the elite. Well, folks, it's been a fun journey. I want to say,
Yeah, like I said, I think he was on to some things, but really not on others. You know, he obviously found a lot of the actual codes, but when it came to actually symbolically deconstructing the movie, I think he just missed the mark. You know, yeah, a lot of things go like that. All right, I think yeah, as the guy even brought up the Fisher King. I don't know. Yeah, he was a little dull. Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna take off for now. I will see you all again probably tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, remember, Ave Satas, Disco Inferno, and Satan and I love y'all.